trying to get this all set up properly. And it's doing things in the background, so. It needs to do its thing. Okay, I can close this. I can minimize that. You can do this, and you can do with that. Potatoes open, in case you want to enter. Exclamation point, potato, for 50,000 gold. PCNA, PCEU, every day. Giving away. Why are you opening up? I don't need you. Okay. Other than that, not much going on. All right, let's withdraw some. Oh no, let's chop things up first. Settings, gameplay, auto. Okay, I'm gonna do audio. I'm gonna turn the music off because recently learned that that could actually be some sort of violation, even though they've given their authority to us to stream their game. It might be picked up on YouTube or some other place as some sort of violation, so I'm gonna just not do that. How's that? What's the point? I don't even like the music. Hello, Nywin. Just getting started. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. You're fine, so I need to do clothier stuffs. You're fine. You're fine. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. I'm boring this morning. Just a warning. Warning, warning, warning. Yeah. All right, that should be it. Now I can pull things out and send them to myself. This, and this. This. I'm just getting going today, so if I'm a little distracted, that's why. Still kind of waking up. Still haven't finished my coffee. Working on it. All right. We should still have drops, but who the hell knows? I haven't been paying attention. Oh no, I forgot to turn off my... Oh, crap. Whatever. All right. You go, you go. Still waking up, still drinking coffee. Apologies for my blarg. My writs are done. I just need to send this stuff over. Yes, very important. Super important. Without coffee, where would I be? Gosh, I don't know. No, I don't want to link that in chat. I don't want to link that in chat. God. Yes. Important business, that caffeine. Good morning. I'm just gonna put these things up and then we'll get going. Dubious. Dubious. Blarg. I don't do dungeons. Why didn't I list that one? Or send that one? Am I dumb? I think I'm dumb. If you say so. I'm still waking up. Pretty sure it's not a good morning yet. Not sure what it is, but don't think it's good. Middling, average, okay. Fair. Fair is good. I finished 2 games yesterday, both of which were Detective Grimoire iOS games, and they were fun. They were a lot of fun. So if you're looking for a silly kind of game, that might be your bet. All right, let's start out. Start trekking through the universe. All right. Wojtak. Let's go see your Kraken home. Wojtak. Wojtak. Thank you to Linda Sewardson for the follow. And yeah, I only found that there were 2. I'm hoping that there's more because I think I might be addicted. I don't mind paying to play them because they're just that good. They deserve my money, and it's such a well done game. No real problems with it at all. Hlaalu Trader Suite. Okay, 52 out of 200. We are not quite full, or even half full, but I'm sure they're working on it. And to be honest with you, it's kind of feeling full, even though it's not completely full. Isn't that weird? It looks good. I'm going to sneak out here because there's usually a place that I go and find hidden things because I'm a naughty person. All right. Just so you know, I have been putting ideas of the day. If you go on my Discord, I've been putting tons of holiday pictures up for you folks in case you want to go look at them for ideas. You never know what'll spark your imagination, so hopefully you'll take a look at them and see how it goes. All right, just a little reminder. Also, I have all the contests up, so if you're looking for, you know, what to enter, it's all there. I don't think we have much to look at today, but let's look at Charolai's Cormount House. Gornier. This may be her fairy home. I think she's released this before, but DDA has a fairy contest right now, so it would make sense if she redid it. I'm not sure. Hard to say. Uh-oh. Whenever I see an exclamation point, I wonder about... Huh. Who are they trying to reach out to? Okay, so this is really cool. Let me tell you why. Right off the bat, you know what I see. Aside from everything being precious and beautiful and floral, they only come at night. There's an EHT book. Let's read it. They say to nurture a child's imagination, encourage it to flourish. Imaginary friends are part of a child's social development, they say. Well, I'd never known imaginary friends to leave crystals under a child's pillow. My friend gave them to me, she had insisted. I'd never explored beyond the old gate hidden behind the flowering shrubs. Tomek said it was safe for a daughter to play there, as there was nothing but old trees and large mushrooms. The old gate creaked as I squeezed through. Wandering up the pathway, falling petals caressed my bare shoulders. Knots and folds in the old trees could be mistaken for doorways. I found myself catching lights of magenta, teal, and emerald from the corners of my eyes, only to vanish, then reappear when I wasn't prepared. Were they teasing me? The gentle wind carried soft sounds of childlike giggles, joyous, playful. Crystals, like those found under Shalina's pillow, glistened as sun rays reflected from their rough surface. Satisfied that my dear daughter was not learning the ways of the thief, nor telling lies, I headed back to our cottage. The old gate creaked its farewell as I closed it behind me. Shalina was watching from her bedroom window as I approached the cottage. "Hello, darling," I waved up at her. "Mommy, my friend said you visited, but Mommy, for big people, they only come out at night." Cute story. This is probably done with a hectahame hidden in there. Makes it purple. This is done with a mount. If you flip a mount upside down that has this effect, it'll permanently bloom flowers. It's a really eye-catching little trick. They only come out at night. Some people are just so good at fairy type builds. Really marvelous. I am not one of those people. For me, working in smaller than already small is very difficult because I already have trouble. Oh, look at that. She filled it full of stuff. And I really like the EHT usage. Those sparkles makes it that much more magical. Here we go. Here's all the cuteness. I could swear I saw a version of this before that Charlotte was working on. Maybe I did. I just don't remember. But check it out. Check out the little house. Isn't that adorable? Too cute. I'm not even in a good mood, and this is making me in a better mood. How do I get over there back up again? Did I mess up? I messed up. I'll be right back. Here, let's try this again. Invisible walls are not my friend. And here's the patio. I hope you're all doing better than me right now. A little more cheerful. I remember this one because I thought it was adorable. Check it out with the little roof hat. Isn't that adorable? And then this is a really great pathway now. First off, the glowies are great. But secondly, these rocks are kind of magical in that you can walk over them without falling through. They're like sets of rocks. So if you ever want to do like a magical looking walkway, this is your best bet. Here's looks like a tree fell over. Isn't that funny? That's a really clever twist. I mean, the mushroom houses are kind of obvious, but that's not too obvious. It's always interesting to me when people go in a totally different direction than I expected. A whole tree house. Like something I'd never even imagined. I would have started with mushrooms. I wouldn't have started with something like that. That's really gorgeous. Oh, wow. Check out that seat. Those are those flowers. They're not a luxury vendor. They're regular. You can get them from a regular vendor. Regular housing vendor, you can get them. You don't even have to pay all that much for that magic. Now, check out the blue below, how beautiful it is. That's an effect. sometimes the water in places isn't all that beautiful. And I've had the same problem with Moon Sugar Meadow. Does not have pretty water. Oh, that's lovely with the hist. Piss off some Argonians, though, I tell you. Cute little house here. I find that putting a sheen of water over it with EHT, oh, can really, yeah, definitely. I forget which one it is, but I know you could look them up on Lovely North, and you should be able to find them no problem. Oh, look at the little broom outside. Oh, so precious. I know I say that too much. Oh, look, a walkway. A walkway of mushrooms. Cute. So yeah, it's just been, I did see some version of this before, but this is so much improved even, and it was good before. I don't know what I was saying. I lost it. Oh, those are those kind of flowers you have to pick to get. I forget what they're called, like lizard tails or something like that. And you can buy them if you find somebody selling them. But anyway, yeah, with Moon Sugar Meadow, I had nasty looking water. There's also nasty looking water in the Hollow Lunar Champion. In the Moongrave Fane, if you put over it a little sheen, it's so much prettier. In fact, I'll probably show you how to do it later, so I have a little bit of something to show you. Yes, they're all very, very creative. Charolais is tremendously creative. She is also one of the sweetest, kindest people I've ever met. One of my first friends when I first started into housing. Extremely supportive, kind, sensitive. Just one of those kinds of people that you feel honored to know. At least that's just me. I don't know about the rest of you, but that's how I feel about it. She's just really special. Oh, pretty. There's just some people who immediately make you feel at home. Oh, this bed is so amazing. Could you imagine this bed? This bed would work really well underwater too, right? If you wanted to do a nautical theme, you could use something like that. Oh no, I'm blocked off. My husband snored all night. I had a terrible night. This is so pretty. So I guess we're not supposed to go the rest of the way up since it's blocked off. I'm not sure if I'm going to miss anything. My guess is yes. I am not good at always finding the sneaky sneakies. I hope I didn't miss anything. Charlie, if I missed anything, can you tell me and I'll come back? Maybe you can give me a little guided tour through it. I got something to show you that is very special and different. You'll have to give me a moment. It's extremely, I always spell Matisson wrong. Gorax 60. It's extremely particular how I have to go through it, so let me explain. A little while ago, Gorax 60, who is probably one of the best people I've ever known to do gardens, decided that they wanted to make a kaleidoscope, a living kaleidoscope in a garden. So it's a very specific way you have to look at this, so I'm going to walk through it in a really careful way. They took the time to actually come over and show me how to do it so that I wouldn't, you know, show it to you guys the wrong way. So I hope you understand that it's very important. Read The Living Kaleidoscope. The love of wilderness is more than a hunger for what is always beyond reach. It is also an expression of loyalty to the earth which bore us and sustains us, the only paradise we shall ever know, the only paradise we ever need, if only we had the eyes to see. Edward Abbey. Here you will find a living kaleidoscope constructed from the flora found across Tamriel. I encourage you to use first-person point of view and stroll through at the slowest of paces. Huh. I don't know where the K is. Pausing often to take in the array of colors and shapes Tamrielic nature has to offer us. You will find at the end of your short journey a space where you can relax and immerse yourself in the finest of Ephra's offerings. As Gary Snyder wrote, nature is not a place to visit, it is home. My hope is you find some joy in the riot of colors and shapes and linger with that for a time. How beautiful is that, even just the theory of it? So what we're going to do is I'm going to put on walk, see? I'm going to go into first person, and then we're going to go through this kaleidoscope. And I want you to try to imagine it like fractals, like a kaleidoscope. It's truly beautiful, but it's, you can run up to the start, but I kind of want to see if you can see what Gorak was getting at. And it starts here. So if you watch, whoa, am I not walking? Let's start that over. No, I'm walking, okay. You can kind of get the idea of fractals. I was told to stop every so often, so I'm trying to do this more jumpy and stoppy than not. But if you've ever had a kaleidoscope, as you turn it, this is very similar to how that works. Let's see if I can. Everything sort of changes as you turn it. I wish I had a slower pace than walk, because even walk is too fast. But look at the colors. Look at the way the colors are all over. This is a very unique concept within this house. I've never seen it anywhere else. Yeah, it is an interesting idea. You know what I thought about when I was looking at it? I was like, wonder if you could do something like this with geometric shapes with items that have no collision. Like if you used, I'm a little lost, non-collision items in geometric shapes, could you produce one of the geometric type, not the, what is this called, the fractal type? Yeah, that's exactly what this is. It's fractals. And then you get in here, and she used, or they used, if you see the stained glass really works for that whole thing. Butterflies, I mean, it's just this beautiful, beautiful garden. And the lighting is really well done too. I almost feel like this part is the most kaleidoscopic version. I know that's weird, but if you look around, you can see like it's kind of like tying it all together. So yeah, I was wondering about that. If we manage to find enough primary or at least non-dingy colors, some stuff that pops out at you that's geometric shaped within the game that doesn't have collision, I bet you could do something like as a geographical, yes, I agree, geographical type, geographical? No. Geometrical type kaleidoscope, because this is one of the more natural ones, but just a thought. So I wanted to show you this. Isn't this beautiful? I am really impressed that Gorak did this. I hope I did it justice, Gorak. My friend. My friend! Alright, next. Let's do Rose's Antiquarian. Looks like J-Heart's streaming now. It's beautiful. It's also an open house, so if you're interested, it's Gorak 60, and they did, and it's a Matissan. So in case you're curious, Matissan. I look like ass today, so I'm going to just use the pretty filters and the ones that cover my face entirely, because I'm just not looking good today. I didn't sleep well because of Husband snoring. The worse my husband sleeps, the worse I sleep. I tried to get him to buy a memory foam pillow that's supposed to help with it, and he refused because he doesn't like memory foam pillows. So he doesn't have that nasal snoring. He snores through his throat, like his tongue gets loose. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful. That's one hell of a tableau right there. Gorgeous. That is a lovely, lovely statuary area. With the butterflies and everything. Well, I mean, some days I have them. Some days I only choose face covery ones because, you know, I don't have the energy to put on makeup. Some days I don't feel good. I slept poorly, that kind of thing. This is a great kitchen. Different kind of kitchen, too. Look at the way it's shaped. Shaped very differently from other kitchens. And I like the shelving, too. Tables over here. Those crabapple trees are some of my favorite trees. Oh, look at the Christmas tree. Someone again, you know what? I'm so happy to see people incorporating little bits of EHT, even if you don't use a lot. This is one of the newer features. The star is actually an EHT effect, but also, you know, I think it's lovely when people, even if you don't use a lot, sometimes you just want an occasional little touch of something that you can't get from the game, and I think it's so special to see Cardi's work in place. For me, it means a lot to me every time I see it. This is a cozy little home. I know that sounds weird since it's his baby, not mine, but maybe because I care about him so much, it's so lovely to see. And I know what goes in, you know, how much hard work goes into it and how much he cares. So maybe that's what it is. This is really cozy up here. Surprisingly, usually this third floor is kind of ignored a little bit, but this is really cozy. I think the lighting's really good. The plants are a good choice. The fireplace, really nicely done up here. All right, let's go around. And we have a stable. People are better at stables than me. I do want to show you where I'm at with my Christmas build. I put a lot of work into it yesterday, and I was really excited because at one point I realized that I've broken through my my builder's block, you know, my idea block. I had broken through it, and the creativity was flowing, and I felt so good about that. And I think I have my finger on it. What inspires me and what doesn't, I think I've finally put my finger on it a little bit. Let me show you what I've done. I think what helps me is I need to do something that I really like I'm happy with. If I am able to execute something that I am happy with, the rest of it will flow. I have to really, really be happy with whatever it is. And then the rest of the creativity just comes. So maybe if I focus on one little aspect and make it perfect, then I won't have that problem, you know. So this is supposed to be like a Currier Knives type, Kincaid type picture. So picture that as a parish or a church with a steeple. And then you come in. I'm still working on stuff, so a lot of stuff is just placeholders. Here's the, I'll show it to you when I'm ready. This is going to be a sleigh with a horse pulling it. here's a little shop. And then this is the house that I started with. And this I'm really happy with. You can see into the windows. It doesn't have any of the EHT or anything in it, but I think I'm really happy with this. This house came out better than almost any house I've ever done. Not everything's perfect. Like, I see this spot here needs to be fixed, but it's generally pretty darn good for that's not flat. That's what the problem is. Come on. Come on, buddy. Be flat. Be flat. Get it? Be flat. No, I'll figure it out. There we go. There we go. So this is the house. I'm really happy with that house. So then I started, thank you. I made this thing over here. And then I closed off the house using architecture. But here's the butcher. Butcher isn't done, obviously. There's a lot more needed. This is going to be a lit up display case with stuff in it, but clearly not lit up right now. This portion is and I need to fix the walls so that they don't blow cold air through, but whatever. This is the bakery. Not done. These are all just works in progress, so understand that they're not perfect. And then this will be the toy shop. And then you've got all the toys. Of course, none of this is looking the way I want it to look, but it's coming along. It's more than I've done in a really long time, and I need to add additional roofing to the bakery, etc. So yeah, you get the idea. Things are coming along pleasingly. Just a couple of shops, a sled, a stables, and then the house. So that's it for now. We'll see. It's just a small little scene. Thank you. It'll be better. Thank you. I need to work on all of it. I promise it will be better, but at the moment, Krin Kai exercise. It's needs work. More trees, maybe too. I don't know. The next tiny thing I'm doing is I'm working on the wreath on the church. So it's like, you know, pick one little small thing. Autumn Forest Home, Krin Kai. We're almost full. So we've got, I can break down the skulls. Beautiful rust color. Oh, nice. Different levels of outside, making it more interesting. Oh, look at that shelving. Even using the mushrooms as shelves. Magic-y scrying area. One effect, which I'm guessing is the sky, because I can kind of see behind there. It's got a different sky to keep it dark. I'm stealing. Oh, I can't steal your thing. Boo! Boo hiss. I'll steal someone else's. So let's go inside the cabin. We have meats. Oh, I think we have a second floor in here. It's, oh, look at the sink. Too cute. Somebody rolling out dough. I don't know. What kind of moon sugar do you need? The kind in the pan? There's one in a little finger bowl or something like that. Does not strike me as sinister. Strikes me as pretty. Oh, a little mushroom thing. And a garden over here. The house. Oh, Moon Sugar Meadow, you mean? Oh, yeah. Well, you probably can, can't you? Um, it's for sale, isn't it? Always. I think that's one of the perma houses that's always for sale. You can go through a gold seller, like TTC or TT, Tamriel Trade Exchange, the one I have linked below. Oh, look at that. A little basket. So romantic. Right. But you can pay someone to, if you have the gold. Let me figure out how much their exchange rate is right now. Current exchange rate, 475. No discounts apply. It's higher because of the fact that they use up so many crowns every time. So 475 times 6,400. It would cost you 3,040,000 gold, 40,000 gold. If you have that kind of money, do it. What else are you spending it on? Very, very pretty. Okay, Eclipse Wolf, Daggerfall, Christmas House. I'll be right back. I gotta get my next coffee. I mean, it depends on who you're asking. There's lots of people who have money that don't do anything with it, like me. Um, I know people who don't. Yeah. For me, I'd much rather drop the 3 million than spend real money. Look at this! Eclipse Wolf! This is lovely! We did it with Eleanor Walkway and cutting everything else off, and oh, this is just so pretty. So yeah, when it comes around, houses come around rather. Let me see. I will be buying them. I will probably buy this eventually. Still Waters. Well, what else are you spending it on? Right? I mean, granted, I already dropped $1 million on that house I'm working on, but I figure spend it on housing. So this is really pretty, Eclipse. It's so lovely. I hope you enter into contests because it's cozy. It's got that holiday feel for sure. Definitely. This is probably faked fire, which is a good idea in case you ever don't have a fireplace. Like, you know how these cost crowns usually. So if you use the regular wood and then put a brazier or two underneath it, it looks like you have a fake fire. You look like you have a fire there, and it's faked. They also closed off each of the sides, which actually I'm a fan of, because that lets you do so much more in this main room. And they built a spectacular Christmas tree. Holy schmoly, that is a beauty. Look at that. Phaedra just photobombed me, that idiot. So there's fruit, there's beautiful lighting, there's flowers, there's pots, there's bowls, there's all sorts of stuff. It's really a stunner. And all the gifts at the bottom. What do you have at top? Oh, a dream crystal typey deal. It's something else. Really beautiful, really large. And clearly, Eclipse Wolf put all of the item count into this room, and it's really shows. It really shows beautifully. Lots of good ideas for ornaments here, folks. If you wish to visit, it is an open house. Yes, I like it too. I like the items they use. There's just different items in it. And the roof has all these different chandeliers. That's kind of fun. Nicely done. Very impressed, Eclipse. All right, I'm going to head over to EU, rather. So you guys get some love. Where is the... If I had thought about it properly, I probably... No, I would have stuck with what I had. I like the idea that I'm finally using my enchanted. It sat there barren for a year. It probably would have looked better in... You got it. Let me switch. What makes me not look terrible? Terrible. This makes me not look terrible. Even though I'm sitting in blood. Even though it probably would have looked better in still waters, I think I'm happy that I actually used my enchanted. Because in still waters, I could have built a parish or a little church with a steeple. Whereas I kind of had to modify the lighthouse in order to make it into a church. And it doesn't really work, but it's good enough. Maybe next year, if I have an idea for it, I'll move the house over there. I don't know. We'll see. Whoops, wrong button. All right, what's next? Let's go to Cyber Queen. Let's go to her Blackvine Villa. Blackvine Villa. Blackvine Villa. Disco Sleaze is on. J. Hart Ellis is on. He's doing Time Machine Homes from Aetherius, so I'm sure a lot of you are watching. Either both or just him. I'm glad. You should see your own homes. There's no reason why you should miss that. And this is 108 items. I can't pronounce that. The piano has been drinking. And we've got Arcade in a graveyard, which makes perfect sense. Hello! And gargoyles, which are... I think they're supposed to scare away evil spirits. I think that's what gargoyles' point was, the history. I know they have a purpose that goes beyond just being creepy things on a house. Let me check real quick. I could have thought it was to get rid of gargoyle. Okay. Was a spout designed to convey water from the roof and away from the side of the building, preventing rainwater from running down masonry walls, blah, blah, blah. they're really just water spouts. When not constructed as a water spout and only serving an ornamental, the correct term for such a sculpture is a grotesque. Why would you put ugly ones? The primary use of the gargoyle in the Catholic Church was to illustrate evil through the form of the gargoyle. And while another theory posits that they were atropaic devices which scares away misfortune and the evil eye. Huh. That's really interesting. All right, we're inside. I guess this is just basically another little mausoleum slash church. My guess is more of a mausoleum because we have no altar. So we've got graves and spider webs and offerings. That is quite lovely. It's beautiful. It's a great usage of an otherwise kind of limited house. I like it a lot, Cyber. All right, then we have Kishbul's Stay Moist Hatching Pool's house. That's interesting. They could have chosen to do anything, not even an animal, as a spout. But they chose ugly ones. That is really odd. You Euros. You Euros. I kid. All right. So here we are inside of the Stay Moist house. We just looked at one of these the other day that was like completely transformed into a non-murky house. I forget what it was. And there's some amazing things you can do with this house, but also other people go in a different direction and they really feed into the natural side of this house, which is fine. Different people want different things from houses. I personally don't love this house because it's a poo house, but it does fit the lore really well. Oh wow, they made it easier to get up to the next step, the next level. Lots of antiquities and pretty things. I'm gonna start slowing down. I'm just racing this today. I don't know why. Maybe this will make me slow down a little more. Nicely lit tent. Don't forget to pick up your Nimbus before the crates change, and they are changing soon. Look at the eggs at the bottom of the hist. So you may only have a couple of days left before they go away, a chorus. And then what will you do? So make sure you're on it. And then we have a cooking slash whatever. I gotta be honest, this seems like a fire hazard to me. You're on reeds, rickety old reeds. I think you'd be in trouble. I want to say they'd go up and fire. No, you shouldn't. It's as long as it said you entered the first time. I'm still here, so it didn't reset anything. It's on my end. Not yours. Okay, nothing up here yet. This is probably being worked on. Let's go in the front door. I do love these little bulb things. Just so you know, if you didn't pick one up, because this comes in a set, you can actually get, those are in EHT and they look pretty darn realistic in EHT. So if you want to do something like that, make a murky kind of area, miry area with those flowers, you can do so with EHT. It really adds something, I think. And this house, I'm sure Kishbol could and would want to, if they knew they had it, add a bunch more, because I think it really adds to their ambiance, which is very Murkmiry to me. Don't worry, I won't be doing this the whole time. Oh, they closed off the poop house. Interesting. Here's Sithis with some blood and a heart. Oh, Dark Mother and Sithis, yeah. A little bit of both. Snacks. So they closed off the interior? Oh no, they closed off a side of it. Let me go in. Oh no, there's stuff in the interior. Okay, it's a house. It's a house. What are you selling me, Ferrari? What are you selling, Miss Ferrari? What are you plotting? This looks like they're plotting something. Kish, I would add a little bit of light here and here. Maybe the Argonian, like these. You can buy these and add them, I think. Or the string lights. Either way. Oh, look at the little guar. The bantam guar. Yeah, I would definitely add some more light, but otherwise it's fun. Nice little trick with the guy in there. Murakami, Gildenbude. Gildenbude? Buddha? I don't know. I don't know things. I know nothing. Nada. I am the stupid. El stupido. Grand Sijic. $4.94. Looks like we have some sort of feast going on in here. Oh no, we've got a guild house with some effects, including snow. I do like the snow effect. I feel like the snow effect is really, really good for the holidays. We have some amazing, like I showed you, some amazing holiday type thingies that you can make use of in EHT. Oh, that looks really good, the candle tree. Somebody tried to make their guild home a little bit more holiday feel, and I think they succeeded. Snow definitely helps. The tree helps. I bet you the interior is a little bit done up. Here's a kitty walking by. Hey, kitty. What's up here? I see something. What did they do with the little house? Put curtains on it. I could imagine that this is like a meeting room for the guild heads, you know? Let's go on in. Okay, I was right. There's more inside. Hey, Cromwell. We've got closed off rooms, which imply secrecy. But we also have the guild's treasure, which can be locked up if they don't trust you. Nothing up here. Just lighting. I'm sure it's in progress. Let's see what's over here. Boof. What is this? Oh, it's the bathroom, I'm pretty sure. It's basically the bathroom. This is where they can eat and study. Looks like a study area or a classroom, actually. Good morning, Gorak. I showed your Kaleidoscope. I'm sorry you missed it, but I think you'll be happy when you watch it later. I think people really got what you were going for. And you got lots of compliments. Because it's beautiful and you're very good at gardens. And it was a unique concept. And here's where guildies can sleep. Although, I'll say this, maybe it's not a completely unique concept in the sense that you did it yourself prior in your Grand Sigic. You know what I mean? Let's go to Walking Spanish's Twin Arches. You did sort of something like that earlier with the void crystals. And it was also kaleidoscopic. I think that was you, wasn't it? I thought it was beautiful. Oh, wow. Walking Spanish, what did you do here? But I guess that's a different kind of kaleidoscope because it was complete. It wasn't really organic. Okay, so no effects, so that's a painting in there. That's a really clever idea. I'm suddenly very jealous. Somebody made a village city type. Look at those windows. Ugh. Yeah, I guess it was a variation on a theme, right? Beautiful. Look at the shutters they made out of them. Wow, I'm so jealous. It's so beautiful. Oh, you used the cart. What a great door. I don't think I've ever seen anyone use the cart before. This is quite lovely. How beautiful. So we've got the exterior and then you can peek in, is my guess. You can look in through the windows and the snow and everything because there's this window right here where you can see the clock and the fireplace behind it and oh, that's so pretty. The well, the snowmen. I see an orcish thing up there. Thinger. Ah, somebody found a good use for those chairs. Maybe I'll steal that idea because I hate those chairs. I keep getting them and I don't know what to do with them. I see the void, the nebulae, whatever the hell that thing is called. Nebula. I said it earlier. I can't think of the word, but it almost looks like snow to me in some situations, and I think you really captured that. Also, folks, if you're doing a holiday type house, these berry things are you can buy them from a vendor and they work really well for garlands. They also work really well if you want to make believe it or not, they make a pretty good wreath if you put them together the right way. Yes, apparently so. I'm totally stealing that idea. So beautiful. Really, really beautiful. You're very talented. Very. I bet you this looks amazing at night because of the lighting. You've got little focus points of light, but they're all very thought about because you've got like this little candle here. It must make you feel so at home at night, like you're safe even though it's dark. I can't go in, so we're not going in, but the paintings behind these also really work very well. They make you look like you're looking in on a scene, right? It's adorable. Hard to believe. Okay, I need another moment. This is Twin Arches, folks. giving me a moment to think about it. I'm utterly astounded that this is Twin Arches. Astounded. I forgot I was in Twin Arches. I was like, oh, this must be a Blackvine Villa or something. No, Twin Arches. You're insane. I love it. Such talent. All right. What else? Let's do an antiquarian over here. We'll do Zons. Yeah, hard to believe. Hard to believe. It's spectacular, though. I'd really thought it was in something like Blackvine or Cyrodiilic. I didn't realize it was in Twin Arches. But you were smart. Building up high, blocking out those sceneries. That scenery, rather. It was a good idea. Oh, it is too sandy. Less than half. Does anybody have on EU? Does anyone have a house you want me to see? If I haven't looked at your home yet. Otherwise, we'll head back over to NA. Because I don't have anything new, really, over here. Somebody has a house in construction. Oh, look, nice. They're building houses. Nicely done. And I always say this, but it's the truth. Pick up your statue on both servers. If you're ESO Plus, make sure you pick up your statue on both. It's free, and that way you have one more piece of furnishing if you should ever decide to build on another server. And you never know, because you may want to. You may reach a point where you need to build in a specific house, and you just have to do it on the other server because your first house is something you don't want to remove, right? You never know. It's a good way to have a second house of the same kind. It's really the only way to have a second house of the same kind, unless you plan it on the PTS. Well, that's why I do this. I remind every day because that's what I do. Perhaps not, Nywen. Let's go look. What does it hurt to look again? Nothing. Hurts nothing. We didn't get any snow. And I'm in Wisconsin, so it's kind of surprising. Is that? Which house was it that you needed a second one, 6? I'm curious to know. Which one did you need a second one? Also, I wish I had blue eyes. I would be so much more striking with blue eyes. I have really brown eyes. My husband likes them, which is what's important. But, so which guild is this, Nywen? I'm sorry, I forgot. So we definitely have all of the stones. There's somewhere, okay, that word is somewhere in my brain. Huh, okay. The word for these is somewhere in my brain that I cannot access. It's sort of like, you know, greenhouse or the sand clock thing. I can't think of the words for them, usually. I can't remember the name of those things. I don't know why. I wonder why those are in places in my brain that I cannot access. Mundus, thank you. I'm going to write those 3 words down. The Mundus stone, the greenhouse, although that one's starting to come to me. What's the sand clock again? Doriador, Legion Schneefalke, and Handelsgilde. Did I pronounce those right? Schneefalke and Handelsgilde? What does that mean? What do they mean, by the way? Hourglass, thank you. 3 words I never remember. I'm going to start writing them down so I can remember them. Little fruit bowl. I wish I spoke German. My husband speaks a little bit. I speak a little Italian. A little bit. We got vampire stuff over here for the vamps. You know, everybody's got a vampire or two in the guild. Gotta support them as well, right? Oh, okay. And this is for all your druggies. Oh, here's the tables in a circle. Interesting. I don't often see people put them in a circle. Also, Nywin, should you wish to add a little EHT to this, what you can do is put the letters over each one. For example, this is Ancient Dragon Guard. You could have A over this, because these are probably all alphabetical, maybe? Maybe not, but you could also put the names over them. Like, you know, if you feel really ambitious, you could put Twice-Born Star over this set, you know, whatever. Makes it easier for people with EHT to find it quickly. But if you don't think a lot of people will have EHT, then you don't need to. Ah, okay. Thank you for explaining that. I don't remember having seen this. You must have done almost all of it after I've seen it, because I don't remember it being this finished. It is nice. I don't often see people doing circular. Oh, what's down here? You've got a fisher. Too bad you can't fish in houses. People have been asking that for ages. Well, it makes it faster for people who use EHT, but the reality is not everybody uses it, so if your guild doesn't use it, it may not make sense, but I think it's up to, oh, pretty. I think it's up to you, obviously. So here we have all the crafting things you would use when crafting. So like, you know, the food for the food, and you've got alchemy stuff over here. This is a good way. Did you put two of them on top of each other so it doesn't have an entrance? Pottery. No, there's an entrance. Okay. Ah, good use of Abner. Right in the middle. All of the guild's, well, your accomplishments, really. Well, the thing with the giant square is, EHT can do that for you automatically somehow. I'm not sure how, because I've never actually worked with anything with tables, but theoretically, EHT should be able to lay out all your stations. See? Whoa, I'm able to select that. And then you can change these items, sort by, I know I'm not going to, but sort by alphabetically. And then if you wanted to, and I won't do this, don't worry. You can change these items, do a build for crafting station, columns, pods, or rows. So it will do it for you, but it will not do a beautiful circle like this. So don't, you know, don't expect that. But a lot of places use that to lay them out, which is why you mostly see squares and stuff like that. It's because then they don't have to. Oh, you did it with the EHT. That's great. Okay, that makes sense. Very smart. I hadn't thought of that. One of my guildies is trying to get me to do it for one of my guilds, but I'm a little shy about it because I've never done it before. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could figure it out pretty easily given what I know about EHT, but I honestly have never done it before, so I don't know. Lovely. All right, I'm going to head back to NA. So, exclamation point potato. PCNA, PCEU, 50,000 gold. Enter now. I'll pull it shortly. I may do lore later. We'll see if I feel up to it. I'll let you know. I've been missing my Grant pretty hard the last couple of days. The two of them just, you know, Sherry and Van Gogh just don't get along, and there's been all this fighting and all of this crying. Big old guy keeps crying. And it's just been hard. May I suggest use mine? Cardi's do not have word, doesn't have speaking over it. While you may be able to glean from it how to do things pretty easily because he is the master, mine actually, if you're more of an oral person, if you need to hear stuff, you would want to go with mine. If visual is enough for you, go with his. That's fine. But either way, all of mine are in my Discord channel under EHT videos. Just take your pick, and there you go. And in case you're not part, there's my Discord. This is the hat I'm wearing is the Dwarven antiquity hat from the Reach. It's kind of dumb looking, isn't it? Makes me look like a bug. Like one of those little metal bugs. Login has been just taken forever. And not even the part where you're already in. Just period. At all. Yeah, please do. I think you'll be happy with them. Pretty simple stuff. I'm looking to see if I have... Yeah, I have a whole bunch. Come on. Yay! Okay, here we are. Here we are, Miss America. I'm gonna pull the contest while we go to a house. Let's go to Wojtek's Golden Griffin. And let's pull the contest. And the winner is... Evil Bob! Yay, yay, yay! Congo rats. Congo rodents. No problem. I see... You may want to start with the basics one because I think that one has the shapes in it. But I will show you real quick what I suggest doing. But here you go. You've got a lovely little Alinor Inn, which is always hard to do because 30 items, you know, it's limited. So this is a very pretty one. Allow me to show you real quick what I suggest you do. Oh, is it not? In some cases, it is for some people, but it stops with others. I don't know why, but I'll switch. All right. No problem. I know how expensive that can be. Let me show you something. Let me send this to Evil Bob. Congo rodents, as Ollie would say. Okay, so what I suggest you do is I suggest you actually go to, and I've said this so many times, go to a house that has storage in it. Start with a storage house. It's the easiest way to get started because then you'll have enough items in it to actually make something. That's where I suggest you practice. Then we'll show you, it should be pretty easiest. We're going to select all items. Whoops, no. I want all items. Derp. All items. Okay, so that's how we're going to start, right? Then you go into builds and you pick your shape. Do you want a wall? If you want a wall, we just press build after that's done. And then where's my wall? Let me see. Let me see. There's my wall. You can change the space between them, the size of each item. So we're going to make each item a certain size because they're all different sizes. So it takes the biggest one. So we'll do 3 by 3 by 3. All right. And now our wall is smaller. If you expect yourself to be able to do this stuff just in your head at first, don't. Because the reality is that it takes some fidgeting with and getting to know it, right? So practice it. Practice it in one of your homes is my suggestion. You can do all sorts of things. You can do a dome. See? Look, it's building a dome. It's that easy. Yes, it's that easy. It is that simple. All you do is you pick your shape, you hit build, and it will build it for you. That's a cone now. It's kind of hard to tell because I've got this long butted tapestry, but if I do it without that huge tapestry, let's do a sphere. Now you have a circle, see? Because believe it or not, generally that used to happen a lot more in the past, but believe it or not, it often places itself by the furthest item you have out. So you may not even realize you have an item that far away, because I didn't a lot of times, and it would yeet my stuff out into the distance. But here's what you do when that happens, okay? When that happens, hit bring to me. And literally, it brings it to you. It's underground a little bit, but if you hit up, it's right there. It'll get into the proper shape when it gets up there. Oh, you're welcome. This stuff is fun to play with. Sometimes it can be, here's a really fun one. It may not show it well because of the fact that they're all different sizes, but you can actually write text with items. So if you look, this is supposed to say, it does in fact say test. Let me show you. You can write text with items. So if we had a whole bunch of items the same size, it would be even more clear. But take a look. I just wrote test. T-E-S-T. You can do it with text. So if you choose to use, do this with a letter, like the letter S, it's it will do that for you. But of course, it's going to look weird because, like I said, it's these aren't all items the same size and shape, whatnot. Does that help? Look at Cardi over there. You know what? I do have items that are all the same. Let me head over to it real quick, and then we'll do one fast one with text so you can see what I'm talking about. It's really just that simple. But when you're doing a shape, I'll show you what you have to do when you're starting a new shape. For example, we measured all of those things when we built them, and I set them all to 3, 3, 3, 3, right? Width, length, height. Well, we're going to be working with much smaller items here. So what I'm going to do is reset it. Yes, anything identical, anything really, really small or whatever, you know, it's one of those things that's the hope, right? Where the heck did I put those vases? Are they in here? Oh, there they are. Okay. We've got stuff here we can do. All right. Allow me to use the brooms. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to reset all build parameters. And then I'm going to select, here's another one, all items, same as target, right? I just want the brooms. I don't want anything else. So I'm going to select a broom. I'm going to hit my select button. And now it just picked all of my 20 brooms, right? I'm going to build something. What I'm going to build is the word hi or hello. Maybe I can do it. Those might be too long to really do it well, but whatever. That might be too long. Wow. Here, wow would work. And we're going to build. Where are you going, Mr. Wow? Oh, this happens sometimes to me. Sometimes, there we go. W-O, you can see the W-O. So I want to bring them all together closer, right? So we're going to change the spacing. I'm going to do, each item is, say 3, 3, 3 again, actually. That actually made it bigger. Derp! And then -3. It is a little scary, but see, that's the thing. What Cardi's saying is absolutely right. Everyone I know, except for maybe Cardi, because he's brilliant, basically needs to play with things to make sure that they're actually working right. It's not easy to just look at it and know what your numbers should be. Oh yeah, build here, derp. All right, so now you can see, wow. I think I'm going to make it even smaller, -1.5. And, you know, it's playing with it. You won't know what numbers to use at first. You won't know what to do. Here, now you've written out wow. See it? This works really well with ivory. You know, if you have a bunch of ivory. Here, wow. Or if you use Varla stones or something like that, this all makes it for you. Now, the really pretty ones are like circle. We would reset. I'm going to make the radius small, like 1 meter. And we're new. Oh, I should have done build here. Whatevs. And there you go. You've got a circle. See? Yeah, you know what? It's everyone's. And you just don't think there's anything wrong with you, because there isn't. It takes time. It takes time to figure these things out. And I've done it for years now, 1 or 2 years. And I still can't always say that I do it right. I do a lot of fiddling. Things don't come out the way I want them to. you know, I'll have to see, okay, I can never remember which is pitch, which is yaw, which is roll, right? So when I do this, well, maybe I'll have it work right. Up, up. Other times, it won't be, right? Here, let me put on my light so you can see what I just made. There you go. See? And that was by changing the pitch to 90. But when I was first starting out, I'd be like, okay, what is it, yaw? And then I would hit build, and then I would get this, right? Or I would be like, well, what the hell shape is that supposed to be? Or I'll hit item roll, right? And this is what roll looks like. So, yes, exactly. It's hard to explain, but you just basically have to play with each of them. So this is the item orientation, but now let me change the overall orientation. Instead of each individual item turning, now the whole thing will turn. So we hit pitch, and though it still looks like they're all flat, it's now turned vertical. Does that make sense? That's the difference between overall and individual items. 3 Luna, I already called it. It's not going to take your name anymore. I'm sorry. Right. So that's how you do it. That's how it goes. So hopefully you folks understood that. Let me turn off my reminder. Okay, yeah. But don't be afraid to try it. It's. I'll tell you what. When Carty first came out with the original program that did this, I forget the name of it. I couldn't use it. It was too mathy. I was completely lost. But once he came out with this one, it was a lot easier for me. And I'm not really sure why, but it was. And, but it's a lot more, just gotta practice. And that's why I said, go to your storage rooms, storage houses, for real. Go to your storage houses and play. Have it do different things. Make it do what you want it to do, right? Here, good example. I just did a spiral, right? Let me show you that, if I know how. There, spiral. I know it looks kind of weird, but it is a spiral indeed. See? Just got to play with it. Immaculate Construction, that was it. That one, for some reason, I just couldn't get my head around. But when this came out, maybe it was a little easier for me. Oh, you are most welcome. And look, if you run into any problems, even stuff I've already shown you, don't worry about it. Ask me. I am so happy to help. This is really what I want to do. Maybe it is the slider bars. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But let me show you something I made with EHT, which will give you a really good idea of what I was talking about. It could have been that. It could have been that. I'm not 100% sure what it was. I wish I remember, but it was back so long ago. The other thing I did is I got a little cheat sheet. Am I showing right now? Yes. So this is my little cheat sheet. I don't know if I have this up or right. Oh, hard to say. Oh no, I have it backwards. But basically it's it shows you what pitch, roll, everything is, which the accesses are. Yeah, that's my job. So I just found that on the internet, and that tells me which direction each thing is. But if you think that everybody just internalized all this, we haven't. I know Chrysaea does the same thing, and she's brilliant. So this is something I made with EHT. And we made this out of bowls. I made a flower out of bowls. And the real trick to this was the lighting, not the actual making of the flower, because that was EHT. And all I did was mess with the circumference, and it came out like this. And that's beautiful, I think. So, things you can do. Just some suggestions. And please do feel free to ask me, especially lately. I don't have a lot of houses. They're really helpful. And then I have another cheat sheet, which I don't know what I did with, which shows the direction, like like 0, 90, 180, and then 270 or whatever the hell it is, showing the different 360 degrees, like what they are. Because sometimes you mess with that, and it takes, and then this is a dome, which I took one piece out of by accident, but this dome was also made by EHT. You can kind of tell because it's so pretty up there, so orderly up there. I made these with void rock and just did a dome so I could enclose this into the dark. So that's how you do it, is you just play with it. So that's it. That's all I got for today. I'm gonna call it. And I just wanted to say thank you, especially to Cardi. And Cardi, I think I fixed Shutterbug's problem with things loading in the ground. I think I know what was going on, and I think I've walked them through it. Yes, lots of people like Six, all of their work is really good to look at for ideas, for things like that. Because Six really doesn't know what they're doing. Yes, agreed. In some ways it's harder, in some ways it's easier. And it's hard to explain, but you'll get the hang of it. But the truth is that it's always easier. See, there you go. It's always going to be easier to start with the straight up effects, like, just playing with the little magic wand over here. But if you choose to get into housing tools, it's the little tools here. But yes, I'm going to call it. And I will see you all tomorrow or tonight if I'm able to do a... Shutter's all good. You don't need to help Shutter anymore. I fixed. Do it! Do it, Delicia. Do it. Do it! Alright, guys. I'm sorry to go with you when Cardi's here, but I'm done. I hit a wall. So, I will see you all later. Have a good one. If I can figure out how to close this down. Adios.